Ladies and gentlemen, OSU fanatics and sweatlords from the entire community, I invite you today to participate in the COE1v1 Standard Grand Finals. So, without further ado, I want to introduce to you the most two amazing casters we could find, Sheba and Bubbleman. Round of applause. All right, gentlemen, you guys take it from me. One mic.
Hello.
Thank you very much.
Hello, everybody. How are you feeling? Excited? I'm very glad as well. I'm very glad. I am super hyped. I mean, man, this COE has been phenomenal. It gets better and better every year.
I fully agree. Like, the hall is so much bigger, the stage is so much bigger, the crowd is so much bigger.
Absolutely,
We've got
right?
some incredible presence.
Yeah, I mean, this entire event, let alone this tournament alone, has just been a huge thing for me personally. I mean, this is my first ever COE. I couldn't be more grateful to be a part of this community and be here with everyone around and commentating this incredible match with this incredible crowd.
We couldn't be happier to have you, Sheba.
Thank you.
Doing an absolutely great job
Thank
casting.
You all are so incredible, really. Wow.
So we have some mad support in the crowd. Look,
Yeah.
16 players qualified. 6 of them, to my knowledge, were German.
Yeah. Yep.
These guys have just been here the entire time. Like, they haven't left these seats when the Germans have been playing.
I mean, the amount of crowd support we've seen from this tournament is truly magnificent.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's been crazy.
I haven't seen anything like it in person. It's truly unreal. I mean, yeah, W crowd, that's like the TLDR of this, right?
It feels like we're actually, sorry if I say this, but we might be an esport.
Oh my God, really?
Whoa. Whoa.
Oh my goodness.
OSU esports, anyone?
Anyone thoughts on that?
OSU esports? Could be a thing.
Yeah.
Yearly recurring event like this.
I mean, to this incredible scale, possibly, right? I mean,
I can see it happening.
Let's have a reflection about this
Yeah,
tournament.
let's dial back.
So, round of 16, qualifying players.
Yeah.
We plenty of European talent specifically.
Yeah, we saw a lot of upsets. We got the bracket here.
Yeah.
If you want to talk about upsets, one of the German matches even. Yari versus Akarinya.
Yeah, I mean, those two...
That was Seed 2 versus Seed 15.
Seed 2 against Seed 15. Akarinya, unfortunately, just not being able to adjust, but again, a huge performance from Yari, an absolute mechanics demon. Unfortunately, falling to crescendo later on in the stage.
Indeed.
But still, that is one of probably the most notable upsets as well. We've had some genuinely really close matches on top of that. I mean, one of them straight away, Katberger and Scherg.
Yeah.
I mean, the Danish-German rivalry, national pride on the line, but Katberger clutches it out, 4-3 on the TV. That was an incredible match to watch.
We also had Amacetic versus Flaster.
The first
match played.
The first match of the tournament.
And it went to tiebreaker.
Already gone to tiebreaker.
We have so many tournaments that happen in this community, right? Every single one of them, at least that I've seen, every big tournament gets custom songs, custom maps for the tiebreakers. Sometimes they don't get played. We've had tiebreakers played, what, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, they still haven't updated the crescendo score from the first round.
We ignore that. We ignore that.
We've had so many tiebreakers.
Yeah.
We've had so many clutch moments in those tiebreakers as well.
I mean, we've had multiple moments where the crowd goes absolutely insane over a sudden massive clutch or people hitting massive good patterns.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not a very common thing you get to see in those tournaments, but when you have a crowd in front of you, the hype, the energy, it's unreal. And when you see those hype moments happen, like a player hitting a key eye on Tengaku or holding onto a stream on DT2.
Maybe a single slider break on Kokosoko.
Or a single side rail on Kokosoko, or an unfortunate miss after such a huge pop-off. It's so hype throughout the entire tournament. We've seen so many hype matches, so many hype players, and we've seen so many unique matches and upsets and crazy matches that I dream to have watched, and especially on LAN. This is all on LAN.
Yeah, you can see it live. All
Yeah.
of these guys, they're not on their home setups. They've had to come in, warm up wherever they need to warm up, come on stage, and perform.
Yeah, and some of them haven't even brought their own computer. Some of them aren't even on BYOC.
That's true.
Some of them had to either borrow someone else's setup, play in the Moose Arcade.
I know Tuna's rented.
Yeah,
Tuna has rented a PC just, just to warm up for this tournament, just to be ready.
yeah, precisely. And it's all come down to this. It's all come down to this grand finals between Criller and FlyingTuna. Both massive prides in their respective nation. FlyingTuna being known as one of the most recognizable and iconic South Korean players ever. And then you have Criller on the other side, a German star who's popped off massively in the last couple of years.
Yeah, in many different tournaments as well.
And on top of that, yeah, he's become a tournament aficionado and has taken the role of that star Germany carry. I mean, his performances have been absolutely unreal. I mean, his closest match was 4-3 against Chihuahua, who was a very formidable opponent. But after that, it's pure domination. 4-0 against Zyfrost, 5-0 against Catburger. Criller is so incredibly threatening, and that unstoppable rise to the end has been magnificent,
No,
and it reflects in the #1 seed.
Makes me feel a bit better about losing to Arj, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, you can't go wrong with that. And then let's move on to FlyingTuna. He may have not got #1 seed, and honestly, when you think about it, some of the odds that he's had to deal with, some of the odds he's had to go against, like coming back fresh from military service, having, I mean, jet lag is one thing as well. And just general things that the dudes had to deal with, de-rusting.
And I mean, his sleeping schedule has been ping-ponging all over the place. He's come from Korea. Now he went over to Round Table. He walked back to Annie's house. And it's just every sleep schedule in the world.
Bless the dude's heart. And even then, throughout those circumstances, having to face some really demon-like opponents like Nineric, most notably, who put up an incredible fight. Unbelievable fight from that guy to put FlyingTuna on the ropes, but managing to get him to clutch. And now, here he is in the grand finals.
Indeed. So Criller, FlyingTuna, COE 2023, grand finals. Let's go talk to them.
Why don't we do that,
See what they're thinking.
I'm gonna go say hi to Tuna.
Go for it. While he walks over there, who's been here all week? Can we cheer? I appreciate you guys. Hope you had a great event.
Hello, FlyingTuna. I hope you're doing well. So, you have come from so many disadvantages throughout this time, like going back from military service, dealing with jet lag, and yes, regardless of that, you have managed to pull through, push all the way up to the grand finals against none other than Criller. How do you feel managing to get yourself through this setback and still getting yourself up to this grand finals?
Okay, well, I consider this tournament as more like my mindset fixing, period, I think. So, not just my game, skill and performances. I am trying to fix my mindset, my mindset, and I'm trying to not be as nervous as before. Yeah, so. But I am actually so happy that I made it to final stage, and I will try my best. Yep.
Try your best, I'm sure you will. You've pulled through so far, you've tried your best against so many incredible opponents and managing to prevail. Thanks so much, Tuna. Best of luck. I will let you continue on to your practice, but thank you so much. Best of luck. You've got this, bro. Best of luck. Bubble, up to you now, bro.
So you qualified rank 1. Have you felt any pressure from that, coming from a home setup onto a LAN setup?
Well, I feel a bit of pressure, but the biggest difference here is that I have no arm rests. That makes me aim and tap a bit harder. So it's a bit unusual compared to home.
So yeah, that's a big issue for a lot of players, playing with armrests and playing without. Has it horribly affected your aim? Do you feel a really bad consistency hit from it, and you're still performing so well?
No, not really. Quite the opposite. My aim is actually really good here. Since I won Miss Tengaku, I still was surprised about that score. So I can't say that my skill has gotten much worse.
So no armrests when you go home?
I still keep the arm.
Okay. Heading into this match, any thoughts, any feelings, any final words?
I'll just give my best. If I lose, I'm still number 2 in the whole tourney, so I'm really proud of that nonetheless.
Well, I'm sure I'm sure everyone's cheering for you to get number 1, though.
Unreal. Unreal, this crowd, really.
Good luck, both of you. Insane.
Insane. I mean, both these guys have come far. They're both absolutely phenomenal players, and I cannot wait to see what these guys are going to pull off, what we're going to see, what surprises we're going to see, and what clutches we are going to see. I mean, yeah, that'll be it for our interview, Bubble Man.
That will. We will switch over to our headset mics, but first, give it up. The grand finalists, COE 2023!
This is it, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. Alrighty.
Test, test.
Test. Big
test.
Bang Bosch. We
Whoa,
are
1,
on
2,
the
3.
headsets. Yippee.
We can hear
It
each other
is.
now. We don't have to be across the stage shouting.
Indeed. Do you have a coin on you, Bubble Man?
I
Because
do.
not see a coin.
I have the 50 Turkish lira that Heli gave me at the pub.
Ah, lovely. All
So
right.
this side is heads, and this side is
And
tails.
this side is tails, yep. So for reference, ladies and gentlemen, criller was the one who had picked tails previously on before we started this interview. So criller will be the one for tails, and FlyingTuna will be on heads. Bubble Man, flip the coin.
Are we ready?
Yes, we are. It is tails. So criller will be the one to decide his pick and ban order first. So what are your thoughts going into this, Bubble Man? What are your thoughts on here, the picks and bans? Because my first thought is both these guys not only being incredibly good on many, many things, but having distinct strengths, core strengths that very much intertwine with one another.
Backstage, we saw these. We were chanting a little bit, and we were looking at, say, No Mod 2, No Mod 1. Both of these scores. For Kriller, I'm pretty sure I saw a low score on No Mod 2, so he must have popped off while I wasn't watching to bring that average up to 400k. The same for Tuna. He had a 300, 400 score on Tengaku beforehand, and then 700k in his last match.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen the previous matchup so far. I mean, as you already mentioned, the one miss from Kriller on Tengaku, huge score to keep an eye on, and to maybe be a little bit worried about if you're FlyingTuna, maybe leading more into that aim mechanics. Maybe that's something that you maybe want to avoid just a little bit more. And for FlyingTuna, his previous match against Nineric, he set up some fantastic scores, most notably in that hidden one and that No Mod 5.
No Mod 5 was crazy.
Both times getting over 700k.
Yeah.
That is not something you see very often, and that is something I'm very excited to see if that can be replicated.
I think that is something we're going to see on this stage right now.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think that's going to happen. I mean, we're currently waiting for our protects and our pick and bans, and we do see our protects, thank goodness, on the screen. Thank you so much, production. We love you so much. And the first protect here for FlyingTuna is going to be the No Mod 5, and for Kriller, No Mod 3. Those
Expected.
Are going to be, yeah, again, both of these are quite expected. I mean, No Mod 3, I would have maybe leaned towards something different, but once again, both these guys do have a lot of core strengths that intertwine with one another, so maybe they want to go for a unique protect, that kind of branching out advantage remains the same and negates any poaching from either player.
Yeah, indeed. So DT2 ban, Hard Rock 1 ban from Kriller in response. No Airman, unfortunate. We don't get to see an FC on this stage. And there's no bracket reset either.
No bracket
Remember,
reset.
this is single elimination.
Yeah.
Both of these players are unbeaten. If they lose once, that's it. There's no second chances here.
That is indeed it. I mean, this is the very pinnacle, and we're at the very end of this now. And this is just so hype. I don't really know how else to describe.
So Embraced by the Flame and
hype.
Wings of Freedom, both very stamina intense.
Yes.
And I mean, you see Embraced by the Flame as No Mod 2. You think stream aim, but it also has that 215 BPM stamina requirement alongside it. Tuna not feeling too confident on these setups.
Yeah, I mean, it could be a matter of both of these players not being too experienced on those high tapping mechanics things. We've seen some aim mechanics from FlyingTuna along with some reading, and Kriller also being very good on the aim. We've already talked about this.
No, sorry to stop you, but Yavin Poker, when was the last time you saw Kriller ban hidden?
That is a pretty shocking ban. I mean, it's safe to say that Kriller is afraid of that reading strength.
And Kriller is a hidden player. Kriller through and through is a hidden player.
That's the craziest part about this, right?
I'm pretty sure we were chatting and saying, he is one of the players you'd expect to take hidden on a tiebreaker. That's the level of comfort he has on that mod.
Yep.
And just to wipe it out of the pool like that, take one of the two out, that's almost unheard of.
That almost unequivocally says that Criller recognizes Tuna's strengths. He recognizes that reading potential
He does.
and that opportunity to bounce back, despite this map being beneficial for both players. That's the level of discipline these players need to have. They need to be willing to sacrifice those maps that they know they can be good on, out of knowing that their opponent could edge it out.
Yes.
And having these stamina-heavy big bans for FlyingTuna again reflect the same thing. Despite this not being a main strength for either of these players, we've seen both of them still play it, and maybe not set up some mind-blowing scores, similar to maybe Nineric, for example. However, still setting some competent scores here and there. It just means that FlyingTuna kind of feels like he doesn't want to go and contest that against Criller, because he knows Criller is capable. He is also capable, but he maybe feels a little bit on edge about it, maybe feeling a little bit uncomfortable, and he believes that Criller could edge that out. But there are your bans, ladies and gentlemen.
A point to add to that. Remember, this is a tournament. And in a tournament, you're not setting mind-blowing scores. You are setting a better score than your opponent. That's your goal.
Yeah.
It's not to be the best in the world. It's just to be a little bit better than your opponent, and you get the point.
And ladies and gentlemen, we are going into our first map of the COE 1v1 Grand Finals between FlyingTuna and Criller. No mod 4. The tech pick, I believe this was picked by FlyingTuna, if I remember correctly. I could be a little bit wrong. I didn't check that too attentively. I was more listening to what you were saying.
I'm not entirely sure. I think this might... okay, we just got confirmed. It's FlyingTuna's pick.
And doesn't surprise you.
Streams at the beginning. Easy for both players.
Yes, doesn't really surprise anyone here that FlyingTuna leads into that tech. We've known him for being very, very strong on that aim control heavy tech and slider heavy tech as well. Going to that first burst, an early break from FlyingTuna is going to give Criller that small advantage. But Criller does trade it. That small combo advantage early on in the start is going to give Criller a small score lead, but not by much. We're only by about 15,000. Accuracy a little bit more in favor of Criller, but nothing major enough to cause any major impact. But there's another drop from both players, still evening out the play field going into this major slider spam section.
So this may be a nerve play from Criller. We've seen Tuna play very well on this before. We've seen Criller play very well on this before, but I think Tuna was edging it out, to my knowledge. Maybe it's a pick just to abuse that mental area that Tuna possibly thinks he's lacking in.
Yeah. Essentially so. I mean, so far, it's looking very good for Criller. It's merely that accuracy might give him just a minor edge. But these sections here, the next KI, a lot of slider spam, lots of high BPM slider jumps here. That's going to require a lot of slider aim and control in order for you to hit these. So far, both these players are holding on strong. But the accuracy for Criller is still gaining, but there's a drop from Criller. Massive break. FlyingTuna is now going to be able to flip as long as he can hold on to this next section. Slider streams down. He does drop, but the advantage is still flipped into his favor.
Big streams, big aim. Criller hits it, Tuna misses. He has the advantage moving into the final section of the map. These slider ends are so important, and a miss from Criller. We've got 7k of difference as long as Tuna holds his combo, but he doesn't.
Down he
goes
again. Down he goes again. It's just the accuracy that's dividing them right now. We're seeing so many back and forth drops from both players. And despite the valiant effort, unless this ending section sees a major drop, Kriller's going to maintain his lead up to 16,000 and no breaks come through. Criller starts this match off with a break point on number 4. What a close first map, huh?
What a map. I don't think the difference in the score there was more than 7k the entire time.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, 17,000 difference there. You can already see
just in the ending.
There.
That was just the final section. That extra 10k advantage gained.
Yeah.
Crazy play. Look, those are two of the best scores that we've seen on this map. So these players are locked in. They're in the groove. They're here to play.
Yeah, and despite this being FlyingTuna's pick, it's safe to say this was a risky entry pick to go for. He's not leaning into that instant protect of the non-mod 5. He wants to maybe go for a little bit of a map that he thinks he can maybe play chicken with the Criller.
Yeah, shake those nerves out.
Unfortunately for FlyingTuna, it's not worked out in his favor, and that core tech mechanics pick, one of them at least, we still have the hidden one that's available, has led to an early break point. And Criller is going to bounce back with a non-mod 3.
So, we've had a break point. If Criller now converts this break point, he will be in the lead by a full break point. He will, if he wins his maps, Tuna wins his maps, it's a win for Criller.
Yeah.
So this is a very important map. This might be the crucial moment of the match. Only 2 maps in.
Yeah, I mean, the best thing about this matchup is that no maps are guaranteed.
Indeed.
Literally none. There's only like a few slight increasing in aim, maybe flying, maybe... I don't know, really, I honestly, I can't say I know. Maybe the double type 1.
You saw them celebrating no tapping in the pool.
Yeah, exactly. And going into this No More 3, huge aim control requirement. Very flow aim heavy, but lots of very quick cuts and hits, with the doubles kind of leaning into those stream sections, kind of giving you a much bigger aspect of aim control. But so far, going after the start of this first key eye, both players are looking very, very good. FlyingTuna...
The second section.
Yeah, FlyingTuna holding on to a good accuracy here, but both players still continue to hold throughout this first key eye. A beautiful display of aim control, but FlyingTuna unfortunately goes down. Criller holds on to that first key eye and takes the lead.
So Tuna the first to drop, and that was only 1 miss on that section. However, there's another free combo section coming up. This is brutal of a map. You have maybe 3 or 4 sections that are the difficult parts of the map, and then you have 200, 300 free combo in between them. If you hit those sections, if you combo through them, and then combo the free combo on either side, you have a huge advantage going into the next hard section.
Yeah, this is extremely dangerous territory. We've seen a similar pattern with Tengaku, where the diff spikes are very, very reliant, very, very valuable to hit. And unfortunately, that break from Criller is finally going to give FlyingTuna the advantage he's been looking for. But we're going into that key eye. This is when the aim control's really needed for FlyingTuna to potentially get that flip back. He's got to hold on to this next part. Can he hold on to this section? A few hundreds are dropped, but he's still going. FlyingTuna manages to hold on, and that advantage is nailed in his favor. The advantage that Kriller's been gaining is slowly shrinking away, but the accuracy advantage that Kriller's been holding onto of 99.15 is going to keep that slowing down, and it's going to be torturous for the FlyingTuna fans watching right now, because it's going to so slowly shrink, and the diff spike gets even harder from here.
It does. We've got this little slow combo section, but he needs to hold as long as he can through this section. Hits the doubles, hits the wiggles, hits the flow control.
Sliders. That's a very big break. FlyingTuna on the ropes. He's got to keep going, and the score is just about to flip. There it goes. Can FlyingTuna hold on to this final key eye section? The spacing is maximized. FlyingTuna has got to hold. Can he trade the break point? Criller is trying to recover, but FlyingTuna, he may drop, but is that enough time for Criller to come back? He's got 200 combo in the bag. Can he hold on for just a little bit
13K,
longer?
12K, 11K, and this outro is really important.
It's shrinking
you have to control your aim.
Don't act off.
Control your tapping.
Don't act up on the burst. That's the important part to keep an eye on here. We're going on to the ending here. No major drops. And Kriller's still holding. Can he overtake? Yes, he does. Criller. FlyingTuna. He's dropped again. And despite such a valuable effort, Criller manages to come back when it matters the most. No major act drops, no massive cluster. He manages to come back and stay consistent and get himself that second point.
A Herculean effort. Honestly, lifting the world on his shoulders, FlyingTuna. That last key eye section is the hardest in the map. He comboed all the way through it, but Criller, just the more consistent throughout the entire map, takes the point, takes the pick.
By really not much.
He's got a breakpoint now. He is so safe. He can pick dangerous maps. He doesn't have to pick his protect. He can save that for later. Save it for when he needs it most, if he gets broken back.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, totally agree with everything you just said there. And it's FlyingTuna's chance to try and get a point on the board, because these last 2 maps have not been in his favor, despite being such valiant efforts. It just feels like FlyingTuna's trying so hard, he's pushing so far, but Criller is just slightly ahead. It's an annoying, frustrating situation to be in for both maps. And you're going to have to hope this next pick from FlyingTuna is going to secure himself that win. Otherwise, it's looking so deadly. I mean, if Criller wins this, he's going to secure himself match point. Let's take a look at the maps here, Bobbleman. I think my first instant thought here is the Hidden One.
You would look at Hidden One and you would think, yes, that is a Tuna map. Criller banned the other Hidden. The other Hidden, though, is Reading, and Tuna also displayed incredible skill on the No Mod 5, which he protected.
Yeah.
So we've got a few picks left in the pool that Tuna can lean into and say, yes, this is what I want to pick. However, there's also strategy in picking maps you think your opponent will win. If you pick those, if you take those points, you leave the maps in the pool that you know you can win, or at least you are favored on, that your opponent has to prick.
Yeah,
there is
exactly.
There is a real mental game to be played. And Tuna, in your interview, was talking about this is a mental challenge for him. He's fixing his mentality towards tournaments. He's looking at taking them, well, less seriously, putting less pressure on himself. So if he can reset here, take a step back, shake himself out and say, no sweat, I've got this.
It's the hidden one.
It's the hidden one.
It is the hidden one that's going to be picked up for FlyingTuna. He chooses not to go for the really heavy pick just yet. He's willing to take a little bit of a small risk. Granted, this is still a great map for him. Let's make that very clear.
I'd say so.
Let's make that very clear. But not going for a secure, protected pick is again, a bold choice to go for, but still, that hidden one, not a bad pick at all. But the big issue here is, this is one of those maps that really clashes. I mean, despite having FlyingTuna set a brilliant score previously against the Magic and Thineric, it's safe to say, I mean, Tech and Hidden, both of these players are phenomenal on both of them.
I agree.
This is a comfort situation and a consistency moment as well. Who has practiced the hardest and who's ready to perform the best here on this hidden one? A little bit of a stream section there, which doesn't make any major breaks, a very easy section to go through. But might I also remind you, this map is 2 minutes long, very, very short, so any break that's punished is going to be really big. Both players trade drops on there, so nothing major, but the accuracy and the timing of the misses is going to give Criller a very small lead of 10,000. But this is extremely early. We're not going into something nothing too major just yet. And here's the big diff spike, a little bit of a diff spike here.
It's the first.
Yeah, first PI majorly, and these are the wiggle patterns here, which are extremely punishing if you're not prepared. But it's safe to say, both of these guys are very formidable on these. So there's a third wiggle that's going to come through. Is there going to be a drop here? This is very unsighted here.
Hits the third, but misses just before it.
Just going to drop just before, and Kriller's going to be like, oh, can he hit this diff spike? Yes, he does! Criller, despite not getting the FC on the first half, still gets a huge advantage here. He's got the combo up on the build-up section. That's going to give him a lot of free combo to hold on to that bonus. That unfortunate miss from FlyingTuna just before the major div spike is going to really punish him here. And Kriller's just slowly building combo, more and more building act as well. That lead is running out of FlyingTuna's reach.
It is being drawn ever further away by this free combo. Both players hit the bridge section, and Criller, very sorry, Criller, very, very sorry.
Criller is gone.
My fault.
Hold on, Criller is gone. He does drop once again, so FlyingTuna now has a decent lead to kind of pop off of. But the big important question is, can he hold on to the ending? He's done this before. He's won this map before. Can he do it again? No, he does not. And I think it's safe to say, at this stage, I don't think FlyingTuna's got any room to come back. Unfortunately for FlyingTuna, Criller may drop, but he does trade it, and it's not going to be enough. And with that, a little bit of a collapse, multiple drops from both players, not being able to hold on to a substantial combo in the second half. And with that, a second break point has been achieved for Criller.
The first decisive map as well.
Yeah. I mean, it looked close for just a tiny bit, but really not for long. I mean, you were more just hoping for FlyingTuna to hold on for a while. But that was a lot more decisive. Very contrary, unfortunately, to FlyingTuna's previous result of 700,000.
Indeed.
Just one of his performance this time.
That pressure pushing down on him, saying, you can full combo this map on the stage. You should FC this map on the stage. And we've got Tuna just crumbling under that pressure that he might be putting on himself. And Criller taking full advantage, breaking that point. It's his pick now. He's got the chance to take it to match point. And if he does so, Tuna has to break 2 points back. And that's against Criller today seems like a monster task.
That's so scary. I mean, in this situation right now, you're in such a dangerous spot. You've lost 2 very good picks for yourself. And all you've got left now is that No Mod 5 to try and secure yourself a pick. We know Kriller's afraid of it, but he's going to go for Tengaku here. This has been one of the most hype maps throughout the entire tournament.
I'd say so. I think you're right. Which map do you guys think was the most hype? Do you think it was Tengaku?
Do you mean Tengaku?
Anyone? Tiebreaker.
Tiebreaker?
We hear tiebreaker from the crowd.
Tiebreaker?
What else? No Mod 3? No Mod 5?
Oh wow, we're seeing a very diverse.
Yeah, I think that speaks to the quality of the pool.
Yeah.
The showmanship put into this sort of thing. You can really feel it. We're getting into Tengaku now. We'll see the intro. We can keep chatting a little bit. It's a calm intro. It's chill.
Very, very easy. Relaxed intro. Beautiful flute being played. Very nice and peaceful.
Very artistic sliders. We see stuff like this, except it has one slider tick on it, and it goes from one side of the screen to the other immediately in something like No Mod 4. But here, it's chill. It's nothing.
I mean, this Tengaku map, one of the most iconic maps of all time, one of the most, not infamous, but famous tiebreakers in tournament history.
Second only to Furioso, I think.
Yeah, exactly, right? And this map has a lot of unique types of aim, but still relatively comfortable as long as the, I mean, it's still a very high
Yeah,
climate, but not awkward.
you see a pattern from this map. You know it's this map. In complete isolation, out of context, you see a pattern from this map. Oh, that's from Tengaku.
Yeah, precisely. And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We're going into a little bit of a ramp-up section now, going into that super insane intro. God, this is so good, man. I can't but
Do you like Wagaki Ban?
just being in awe of this incredible intro here. It's probably one of my favorite parts of this song. But both players hit the intro very, very smoothly. A little bit of an accuracy advantage in favor of criller, giving them a 4,000 score lead, but really nothing massive yet. A few frightening jumps here, but again, nothing serious until we get into the KI.
So you look at the ranks. Kriller's rank 200 odd. Tuna reached rank 1. On paper, the advantage goes to Tuna, but we're on land. We have to adjust to the setups, we have to sit, we have to get warm, we have to make sure our aim is going where it needs to go, tablets in the right place, all of that sort of stuff. So really, is there any advantage to be gained by being a higher rank on a no mod 1?
No, I mean, let's keep in mind, FlyingTuna had reached number 1 years ago, 2018, if I remember correctly. That's 5 years ago. A very long time since we've seen FlyingTuna at its utmost prime. But it doesn't matter. Unfortunately for FlyingTuna, he breaks in a very minor pattern, and Criller is going to be able to capitalize off this massively as long as he holds on through this first section. And it's a tough spot for FlyingTuna right now. He's going to have to either hope that he hits that and hope for Criller to break. Otherwise, it's going to be really, really tough. This map is 5 minutes long, so there's a little bit of a chance to come through, but Criller does go down before the KI section here. Now, here's the big question. Can FlyingTuna hold on to this KI section and get the advantage he so desperately needs? Here we go. First major jump spike section comes through. He drops a lot of hundreds, but holds on to his combo. Criller drops as well. It's just up to FlyingTuna to hold on to this next jump section. If he hits this, an advantage is massively solidified. Can he hold on? Yes, he does. FlyingTuna FC's the first KI.
He hits the burst as well. That space burst is one of the places that you look at outside of the jumps for those real weird misses to come in. He nails it completely. No 100s. Moves into the next slower section, the next verse with 300 combo, a big advantage.
Yeah, absolutely. Huge, huge opportunity here for Tuna to get the flip needed to
Fully
get
in the driver's seat.
finally a push on the board. Yeah, absolutely. A little bit of a slowdown section, the build up here, giving a little extra combo. We have seen him break on a few minor patterns before, but as long as he holds on to the very typical patterns that everyone expects everyone to hit, it should be all good.
That's one of the most scary
there.
jumps, because you know for a fact that that splits 2 free combo sections in half. The streams, they're not massively aim requirements, so as long as you've got the timing necessary, you can hit these streams, not have to worry too much. You get free combo from them.
Here comes the stream section. High BPM streams here. Nerves are at all-time high. Criller drops a lot of 100s and is going to secure FlyingTuna to get that lead.
Tuna hits the
Both
jumps.
players drops a little bit of accuracy, but no combo is gone. The score has flipped in favor of FlyingTuna along with that accuracy advantage. So now it's up to that next KI.
You can cut the tension in this room with a knife.
Absolutely, right? I mean, it is extremely tight and extremely frightening.
We have 700 combo versus 500 combo. If either of these two drop at any point...
Oh, FlyingTuna goes down on one of the back and forths. That's disastrous. He's going to have to pray. He's going to have to absolutely pray that Criller can miss this next section. Can Criller hold on? This is probably one of the most important parts of this map, Bubble Man. If he holds on to this, the score is going to flip and he's going to have an advantage. Big jump comes through. Criller hits it.
5k advantage, 3k advantage, and the score
is
flips.
Here we go. One more jump section come through. Criller, he's got it! Massive advantage now in his favor. Now we're going to more of a ramp up. More jumps are going to come through now. And FlyingTuna on 40 jumps again. Can Criller hit another jump section? Here we go. He does it again. And can he FC this in style, because the score is flipped in his favor, and despite FlyingTuna holding a valiant effort in hitting this, one more big jump in for the streams, and Criller! The man can do no wrong! Are you not entertained?
I mean, it did just drop on the streams.
I know, I don't really care. But the hype was already...
That was a big swing, though. 15k. If it had been a little bit closer, if Tuna had held on a little longer, that could have flipped right at the end. As it is, though, another breakpoint conversion for Criller. We're on match point.
You hear the fans, you hear the crowd, you hear the deafening German support on your right side. Now,
it's really
ladies
incredible.
and gentlemen, We need to hear some FlyingTuna fans on the left.
Look,
We
if
need
you
to
want,
hear
if you want
guys
Tuna
hype
to
him
make a
up.
comeback, big cheer.
Come on, guys. Cheer him up. He needs this, guys. Come on. Absolutely. That's what I want to hear.
You guys have been slacking, right? We've heard all of the cheers, all of the shouts. Come on.
That's it. That's what we want to hear. Come on, let's battle it out, shall we?
That's more like it.
Exactly.
Look, we just gotta say, both of these players are beloved.
Absolutely, right?
Both of these guys, win or lose, hey, they're top 2, but also, they've been in so many tournaments. They've been in the victorious teams in so many tournaments. They've been in the second place, third place teams in so many tournaments. We all know them. We all love them. We watch them because they're awesome. They're setting great plays.
I mean, man, despite this dominant performance from criller, we know what FlyingTuna is capable of.
Indeed.
We know he can do this. We know he can do better. But unfortunately, it's not been
No.
this. It's just been criller. It's just been all criller.
And it all comes back to that interview that you had with him. He's trying to fix his mindset. He's trying to approach the tournaments in a more enjoyable way. So this is the perfect stage to do that. There's so much pressure here at a LAN environment to play your best, impress people in person. Because you're not just behind a screen on a stream. You are here. People are watching you play live. Any mistake you make, you will hear a reaction.
Yeah.
You will get a response, and that can be so disheartening to hear, especially when the other team is as loud as they are.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe that's a
And I
little
call
bit
them
of
a team because at this point, man, they don't shut up.
Yeah. You got me there, Bubble. You got me there.
So, getting into the protected pick now for Tuna. This is something he played incredibly well on. Will he put that pressure on himself to perform again? We are yet to see, but if this match has any form of storyline, it will be that Tuna now needs to mentally reset. He needs to step back, shake it off, shake those nerves off, remove the pressure from himself, go into this match saying, I'm playing this for fun.
Yeah.
I will do as well as I do because I don't want to play like FlyingTuna because I am FlyingTuna.
Precisely.
Just by playing the game, I'm FlyingTuna. But on the other side is criller.
Looking at this so far, it's very dead even. We already have established that criller is a little bit afraid of that reading capability for FlyingTuna in that decision of banning the hidden 2. We're going to a big section here that could lead to a really cheeky break. These are devious patterns, Bubble Man, but both players
Hits the reverse
are
slider.
looking very, very good. The reverse slider is hit, the slider streams are hit. Both of them looking very good so far. It's just FlyingTuna holding on to a very small advantage of 99 accuracy flat to Kriller's 98.2. Very close accuracy still, which why is confirming that 7,000 to 8,000 score difference. Early on in this map already, it's super, super close. This map is 4 minutes long, AR 7.4, ridiculous levels of reading required in this, and aim control as well. We're going to a major overlapping section here, which is notorious for shattering so many combos. This could be one of the big sections here. However,
Don't
we know
psych
these guys
yourself
are
out.
good.
Don't psych yourself out. Don't get into your own head. Just
get
hit
it.
the notes that are in front of you. You know this. You've played this so many times. Both players hit them and hit the reverse sliders
Beautiful.
afterwards. Straight into the next slider section.
Any break here could be so invaluable right now. The 2 big hard TIs have been hit. Granted, there's still more to come. But this section's kind of standard for these guys at this point, right? The typical kind of chorus section, not the main TI, but still the big chorus section where everyone's very typical in this. We're not seeing any act drops as well. Everyone's looking so comfortable. It is literally just
And this is an extended slider section as well. You have to keep your focus the entire time. The start, not as long as this section. You have to keep focusing these slider ends, these reverse sliders. You don't want to go too slow. You don't want to go too fast and miss the reverse slider because you're already on the way back. And both players combo it yet again.
Oh my god. I mean,
Slower section.
at this rate, accuracy drops are what's going to decide this.
No, watch out for the 1/3s. We've got the 1/3s coming up.
Here we go. This could be a
First
very
section
valuable
hit.
section here. Oh, the race is
It's
going to go
Tuna
down.
that
It's
misses.
FlyingTuna to drop first. Is Criller going to trade it and join him? He does. So FlyingTuna still has a chance. very minor advantage here in his favor. Accuracy is dead even. It's just a tiny couple of margins. FlyingTuna's going to have to really hope for another break from criller. And there it is. Advantage for FlyingTuna now, quite distinguished by about 60 to 80, 70 combo-ish around there. So it's slowly going to trade in his favor. But the combo is still really close, though, man. It's only by about 60, 70.
A lot of the time, the first time you miss is the time when you think, oh no, I've lost my focus. I need to really focus hard on this sort of stuff. Tuna finding another drop, 100 combo in. Criller again in the driving seat, as he has looked like he's been in this entire match. He hasn't lost that once.
The man does not stop amazing the world of basketball, man. Consistent, incredible scores, consistent, beautiful plays set. And with the ending approaching us, ladies and gentlemen, Criller has shown everybody that he is one of the best in Europe, one of the best in the world, and one of the strongest tournament players in the world right now. He has taken down FlyingTuna. He has prevailed amongst so many incredible opponents. And with that, Criller is your COE 1 vs 1 LAN champion.
What an amazing match.
Look at this, the support.
I'm so sorry, cameraman, but you know, you just have to kind of lump it at this point.
Germany could not be more elated. The nation to have won a COE LAN twice in a row, undefeated in this LAN setting.
The funny thing is that the torch was passed straight from Okinamo to Criller, and they take it again.
Absolutely, right? And ladies and gentlemen, please, let's give us a huge thank yous to both players. Round of applause to FlyingTuna as well. He's made it so incredibly far.
Please,
FlyingTuna fans, please give him
cheers.
your love. Because this guy, despite having such a dominant opponent, has prevailed so much amongst so many opponents and has come from so much difficulty in his previous few months, previous few days of his return to the tournament scene. And still, despite losing, still getting second here is incredible. You cannot fault him for that.
Really is.
But it really is the German star of Criller to become your champion. Relish in the beauty of national pride, because we are feeling it in the stage.
Yeah. This is German pride. You hear it, you see it every year at COE. Even in 2019, the Germans were out in force.
Yep. I mean, there were so many German players. Granted, we are in Europe, so granted, there's going to be a lot of Germans, but still, the pride is huge. And so many German fans came here to support their favorite players. We've seen so many players in this tournament previously who, despite being knocked out, despite unfortunately not prevailing, still getting incredible levels of support from their team. And let's get the mics here, the hand mics for us, and maybe do a Victor interview.
Test. Hello. Tuna, come here. What a performance in this tournament. I mean, your past matches, you said at the start, right, it was a mindset, a gambit. And it, like, you know, you put too much pressure on yourself. Did you feel it in this match? Because I could see it watching you.
Okay, well, sadly, not fully, but I feel like I definitely did like walk one step more. So I think I can do much better. Well, considering that I was back from the military service and stuff, I was pretty rusty, and considering that I really did further as possible. So I really appreciate that. And also I did my best. I did a really under.
Yeah, we Tuna. Which was your favorite match to play? Which opponent was your favorite?
Well, I think definitely Criller.
Yeah.
Criller.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was all of the maps we play were all close. So it was really like, you know, pressuring and intense, but at the same time it was really fun too.
He was really on you with every single map, even his own picks. He was on you, but you were fighting back. The gap never went too large, even on his picks.
Yeah. Wait, sorry.
The gap never went too large, even on his picks. What do you know, if you'd have been on a better day, maybe, do you think you could have 5-0'd him?
Yeah, probably. Nomad 3 was honestly one of the confident pick, but for some reason it just didn't really work out well today. So
Yeah, it's always day to day, week to week, and unfortunately today wasn't your day. But I'm sure you will not let that go lightly. Thank you very much, Tuna. Second place.
All right, let's pass us on to our COE champion. Criller, come over here, my friend. You have risen to the top so quickly and have become such an incredible player. And today you've taken Okinawa's torch and given Germany a second COE victory. How are you feeling in this situation?
It's so unreal. No, I'm not. It's so unreal winning against Tuna and winning against him 5-0. Dude, I never would have believed that. Oh.
I mean, you've excelled in this entire tournament. I mean, 5-0ing FlyingTuna, an unbelievable opponent. I mean, I can feel your giddiness right next to me. Again, 5-0ing an opponent like FlyingTuna is unreal. Just shows how incredible you are and how ahead of you are at the game at the moment. What do you have to say to your German fans who supported you thick and thin? What is your message to the German scene on stage and at home watching?
Danke, dass ihr an mich geglaubt habt. Gegen jeden. Thank you for believing in me.
Kriller, now that we've gone the big epics out of the way, why don't we go into a little bit more technical side? What was your strategy going in against FlyingTuna? What was your mindset against a player like him? Do you have any particular ideas or particular strategies that you were leaning into to try and deck down a player like him?
The thing is, I only picked maps I was really confident at. Nomad 3 and Nomad 1, these were all maps I already played really well. And yeah, Nomad 5 was by far the most surprising outcome. I would never have guessed it, but somehow it worked out. So I only picked the maps I was strong with, I felt confident at. So
Brilliant.
no weakness abusing, no anything. Yes, no weaknesses.
Yeah. I mean, what was your thought getting on that Tegaku play in particular? I mean, you were setting the crowd alight with that play, holding on to the biggest sections in the most valuable of moments. Did you feel anything crazy with that roar from the crowd after hitting all those on Tegaku?
To be honest, not until Nomad 5. On Tengaku, I really thought it was over because I missed on the first hard part, and then somehow I still got it. I still don't know, but it only started from Nomad 5 when I started comboing everything, and yeah, unreal.
Well, that, ladies and gentlemen, is your champion, Kriller. Please give him a round of applause again. Once again, the national pride is beautiful, guys. Absolutely beautiful. And I believe it's time to start passing down our prizes. Have we got anything else to do, Bubble Man?
Sorry, I was talking to production. What was that?
Pardon?
What was that?
The prizes. What do you think? What do you think we're doing next? I need to bring up maybe a host, maybe we should do some thank yous as a tournament. I mean, we have concluded such a fantastic tournament. Thank you so much, everyone, for being such a fantastic crowd. I want you to give yourselves a round of applause because you have been incredible this year, through and through. You've all been phenomenal. Thank you so much, everyone.
Don't forget, you guys make it. This doesn't happen unless you guys come out, cheer,
Absolutely.
go absolutely wild in the crowd.
Yeah, go completely. And
let these guys be a lesson. Let these guys be a role model to you lot.
And I want you guys to give a huge applause to the Poon,
Yes.
who has been single-handedly, not single-handedly actually, but has been seriously
Very,
carrying production. Without him, we would not be nearly as insanely good and high quality that we would have been. So please, give yourself a round of applause for the Poon.
And a big thank you as well. Must, and I say must, go to the staff behind the tournament, the staff behind the help desk, the staff that have been running around making sure this event continues. and keeps on the right tracks. Thank you to the referees who helped
Hunter.
run Hunter, definitely only Hunter.
Hunter has been the only referee. He's
been backstage working his
insanely
arse off.
committed, insanely devoted. This guy's invested so much time into holding on to the referees. So thank you very much, Hunter.
And thank you to everyone who spontaneously or not casted. Thank you very much for casting pretty much every match this weekend and setting everything up.
Yeah.
Thank you to Sheba. Big cheer for Sheba. Oh, look, he's pushing. And I will hand you over to the Poon for some prize presentations.
All right, thanks everyone for watching the 1v1 tournament. It is time to award all players. Where's Kriller gone?
Oh, Kriller, get over here, bro. Where are you?
He needs to come back.
And where's Catburger? Where's that guy gone? He's third place. Where's Catburger? Can we get a wild Catburger in here,
I can't
please,
see
as well?
on stage. Lights are blowing up on me.
Yeah, the lights are kind of in our faces. We can't see who it is.
Have
We need to
Kriller
find.
come here again.
We need to find our champion, our runner-up, and our bronze medalist as well. Where's our Danish Catburger? Is he here? Anyone know where Catburger is? Can we get him?
Catburger, hello, welcome back to the stage.
There he is.
All
Hello,
right, guys.
Catburger.
Kriller, I am handing you 1,200 euros for winning the COE1v1 tournament! This is literally 1,200 euros, as well as a Wooting 60 HE from our great sponsors. Thanks again to Wooting, as well as the COE mouse pad.
Give it up for Kriller, everyone.
All right. For second prize for FlyingTuna, round of applause,
Give a round of applause,
please.
everybody.
FlyingTuna, you also get a Wooting 60 HE from their sponsor, as well as 800 euros. By the way, we will do the currency conversion for you. I think. And finally, Catburger, also here on
Your
stage.
third place podium. Catburger
Catburger.
earned himself third place.
Also gets a Wooting 60 HE and 500 euros. To end this off, I'm going to do some thanks again. Very quickly, I want to thank the whole tournament team. Chili Repair, Hunter, thank you so much for running this tournament live here or before with the map pulling. I hope there is, we also have mappers for the TV collaboration. Thank you guys so much. And special shout out as well to Corsace and Vixis for the bot that won the qualifiers. Also thanks to our commentators, Shiba, Bubbleman, Digital Hypno, Nerdiness, Spazza, Eternal, and of course the legendary Wolf Wolf. Shout out as well, another shout out to the Laser team, especially Peppy, Smoogie Poo, but also many contributors for having fixed many of the issues we ran into last year, mostly performance and scoring, and stability in general. The game has run flawlessly for this tournament. I think the players can attest it has been great, and I think it opens the path for more tournaments on Laser going forward. Another one goes to Pepe himself for donating the cash prize of, no, I think it's not the entire cash prize, but he has contributed a few. And as well, the whole COE team, and especially the production team. I'm going to personally thank Enzo, Gordon, Ziv, and Nozomi for making this show basically the show I've dreamed of. This grand final had everything I ever dreamed of, and I owe you guys so much, and you guys can be proud of you so much. This week has been insane, and this is the apogee, I think. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Poon. Give him one more applause.
Thanks everyone for enabling this, and especially Cowboy Boy and Mayor!
Without them, this event wouldn't be possible. These guys worked tirelessly to get this event through. So much work, so much effort. Every single person on this team has worked through and through, thick and thin, to make this event as amazing as it is. So my personal thanks as well to everyone on the team. You guys killed it, and I'm sure everyone else is just as happy. So give everyone else a round of applause, guys. One more round for the entire team. Thank you so much.
My final thanks, of course, go to you!
And of course, you guys as well.
Thank you guys so much, and see you next year for another awesome tournament!
See you next time, everybody!